We love to move it, move it. We like to move it, move it. Madagascar, sort of a quote. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 167 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. Uh-oh. I was trying to not let the goat go off. It does yoga. It's the yoga goat. Super cute. Also super annoying, and we're going to have to listen to it because I accidentally touched its activation spot, which is kind of what we're talking about today. I'm going to do two things today. We're going to cover the lifeline exercise. I'm going to walk you through that, and that's going to be one of our action steps today. I know, doubling you up again. And then we are talking about today mobility. How mobile is your business? And I'm not talking about is your business on your mobile phones or online. I'm talking about how flexible and strong and mobile, and how quick are you to react and respond to different things that happen in your industry, in your environment, etc. Right now, everybody's hopping on AI, right? I'm seeing businesses that they just say with AI, and they're getting a ton more attention. Now, I've just taken an AI course, which I haven't implemented everything yet. I'm just starting it for my personal use because you probably know by now I'm legally blind, and I need some things that make my life easier so that I can show up every day, so I can continue to do the things I love to do, but in a way that doesn't take a ton of time and energy. Doesn't mean I'm going to be replacing myself with an AI clone. It means I'm going to keep showing up and doing what I do, but I'm going to have help in the background actually doing things like processing my videos, sharing them across social media, things like that, because it's just so much faster and easier. And the truth is, if we don't adapt to the new technologies as they come out, we get left behind and we can become obsolete. We've seen that with the internet, and I am still begging businesses to get an online presence. I find it amazing that after 30 years, people still doubt that the internet is viable and can help them grow and scale and supersize their business. The same thing is going to happen with AI, and I am not an early adopter of things, but I have decided I need to have a clue and be informed, and I need to be able to share that with other people and other business owners so that they're informed and competitive as well. Because people that adopt AI are getting the competitive advantage right now, and we need to be a part of that. So our topic is mobility, and mobility has, to me, to do with how quick are we to respond? How well do we respond? Are we responding in alignment with what our business stands for? And does it stand for taking care of ourselves and taking care of the people that interact with our business, are our customers, are the people that are helping us to build that business? If not, why the hell not? Why not? If we don't take care of the people because they're our most important resource, and that includes you too, what are you thinking? Probably not thinking sometimes. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're just running through our life and we're just so busy getting it done that we forget. But if we don't take that time to think about our flexibility, be in alignment with our goals and objectives and mission and principles and purpose, we get into trouble. We'll pick the wrong things to pursue. We'll pick the wrong opportunities. We'll make mistakes. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't love making mistakes, but I do love learning the lesson from the mistakes that I make, knowing that I'm human. I'm going to continue to make mistakes till the day I leave the planet. And I suspect we all will. If you're seeking perfection, it's out of fear. It's not out of everything has to be perfect and I'm the only one that can do it. I know, that's really an ego slap alongside the head, but it's absolutely true. So, what does mobility... Well, mobility really has to do with our longevity, right? How long we're around. How long do you want your business to be around? Do you want to just be a fad and a flash in the pan, be around for a year or two, make a ton of money, and then be done? All right, I'm not the gal for you. But, okay, go ahead and do that. You know, one of the bro marketers will help you out with that. Go do everything online. Go sit on an island on your laptop, which always sounds good, but in reality, it's super duper boring. Ask me how I know. So, we need to take into account all of the moving parts of our business and how they interact and respond together, which leads me to our tool today. The timeline, the lifeline, our business lifeline. Do you have a timeline and a lifeline for your business? Day you started your business, and then key milestones and events that have happened along the way. Your first customer, the first person that actually gave you money in your business. How many businesses, usually retail businesses, have you walked in and you see a framed dollar on the wall? If Because it's the first dollar that business made. And it's a symbol that they took their idea and they manifested it and created it in the real world. There isn't much more exciting than that. It goes up, up, up from there. But I'm thinking about, as we grow, we think our problems are going to go away and we're just going to automate all this stuff. I think people believe that AI is just going to solve all their problems and do everything for them. Wake up. Nothing does that. Humans need to manage and lead and do certain things in our organizations, and then we can't delegate those to AI. We cannot delegate who we are, our authenticity. And I know, oh, but you can do agents and clones and all this stuff, and there's bro marketers out there selling, oh, my clone's getting better results than me. And I'm like, okay, good for you. But guess what? How long are we humans going to look at those fake, non-human, I want to say inhuman, but not human things, and just, I long ago, which is part of why I was slow to adopt AI, stopped watching it, because my brain would shut off when I started reading, and they call it AI slop now, but it wasn't even AI slop, it was just AI things. And now I do some of the fun things, but for the most part, if it's clearly written by AI, I don't even bother reading it. So, warning for business owners and influencers and people out there. If you are just taking and letting AI think for you and be your brain, you're just like the people that watch mainstream media. I said it out loud. All right, think for yourself. So the exercise we're doing is our business timeline. Why do we want to do that? Because when you do it, you start to notice the impact of one thing that changes in your business on every other area and aspect of your business. If you change your pricing, it doesn't just impact sales and marketing, right? It impacts the whole organization. If you change a process or a procedure in one department, it may very well impact several other aspects of your business. We need to remember that. And the lifeline or the timeline exercise, to me, is one of the fastest, easiest ways to actually look at that and see that. In our businesses, we have the timeline or the lifeline of our business, and we call it the lifeline, in our conference room. Why? So everybody can look at it and we can see what are the key milestones, and we can ask ourselves, well, what impact did that have on communication? Well, maybe when we first came on social media and started sharing our brand, that's definitely a milestone. Things like that. So that's what I mean by being mobile in our businesses. Are we being and taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there for us? In addition to that, we need to make sure that we, as humans in the business, are paying attention to our physical mobility, right? Not just the mobility of our organization, but our personal physical mobility. Why? I've said this I don't know how many times this year so far. You set the example, the pace and the tone for your culture, for everything that happens in your business. You might not want that responsibility, but guess what? If you're the founder and you started the business, it is automatically on you. It's automatically your responsibility, whether you consciously choose to accept it or not. Guess what? The businesses where the owners and founders consciously choose to accept responsibility for everything that happens in that organization, even if you didn't do it, but an employee did it, you're still responsible. That's even what the law says. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're hiring. So our question for today and our action item. Action item, if you don't have a timeline for your business, I challenge you to start it today. You're not going to finish it. It's a lifelong work in progress for us personally as well as in our businesses. Once we put it up, everybody can write on it and add to it and say, well, this is how this impacted our department or me in the organization. So we're going to do that, but we're also going to ask ourselves and share a mobility exercise that we do in our company or will do in our company. Maybe you just get up and walk around. Everybody walks around the conference room table 3 times before you start the meeting. Maybe everybody stretches out or does neck rolls before the meeting starts. Not during people's presentations, please. It's kind of offensive. But we need to remember that we don't age because we're not mobile, or we don't lose mobility because we age. We age because we stop being mobile. We stall out and have challenges in our business because we stop thinking for ourselves and figuring things out and knowing that whatever happens, we got it. We're going to figure it out. Everything is figure-outable. I love that. Everything we can. If you're alive and alive as long as I have, you will realize that everything that's ever happened, and there's some good, some bad, and some really, really ugly that's happened in my life, but I survived all of it, right? And I've come out the other side better, and so will you if you just believe you will. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. That's what I'm here for. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.